Yeah. All right. Hello, hello. How's it going, guys? Coach Lesson here with a boxing lesson. Happy Monday. It's April 20th. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Mine was pretty productive. Saturday, I just relaxed. Sunday, got a bunch of stuff done. As you're getting in the chat, say hello. Let me know who's here so I know who I'm talking to. Today, we're going to be working on jab defense and doubling up on the rear hand. Last week we were working a lot on doubling up the lead hand. So I'm going to show you guys some drills, some combinations. We're going to go over all our basic six punches for boxing. Good morning, Nana. And then we'll get into the drills I have planned for you. Okay. Hello. How's it going, Ashley? Hey. We'll give it a couple seconds, let everybody get in here, and then we'll get started. Hopefully you guys can hear me clearly. We have our new microphone set up, so hopefully the audio is a little more clear than it was just going through the microphone on the laptop. So hopefully you guys hear us good, clear. Yeah. All right, we'll give it a couple more seconds and we'll get going. Make sure you guys got a water bottle and a little bit of space. You're not going to really need any equipment or anything like that today. So hello, Matt. How's it going, sir? Thanks for joining us. Did you guys have a good weekend? All right. Juliana saying, what's up? Miss you guys too. Thank you. You can hear me? Good. Glad. That's important. It'd be hard for you to know what we're doing if you couldn't hear me, right? Had that little issue on Friday. But just in time, that same day is when our mic came. So I wish I would have had it a few hours earlier. That could have solved a lot of issues there. But all right, 2 minutes in. Let's go ahead and get started, guys. Make sure you got a little bit of space. Make sure you got some water. All right, we're going to just do 1 2-minute round. I want you guys to jump on your invisible jump ropes. Okay, so bounce up and down on your feet. Move your hands in a circle. Pretend just like you were jumping rope. Now, again, if you do have an actual jump rope, you could use it, but you have to be careful if you're inside. Obviously, you don't want to hit the roof. You don't want to hit anything around you, so I recommend saving that jump rope for outside when you're practicing that. But the fake jump rope works good inside. And you just bounce up and down. You don't have to worry about hitting anything with the rope, breaking any of your parents' stuff. I'm sure they won't be too happy about that. Just stay bouncing up on the ball of your foot, moving your hands in a circle. And you can start switching up your foot patterns a little bit. You start switching the feet back and forth. Then you're still hopping up and down. Then you start hopping 1 foot at a time. Or you can practice doing the kick outs. Swing your leg back and swing it forward. So you can switch up the footwork as you're going, just to give yourself a little variety. But the main goal is just keep bouncing up and down, warming up those calf muscles, warming up all those muscles in the legs and feet, and get the blood flowing a little bit. It's Monday, you guys had a weekend off. All right, good. Nice job, guys. Shake everything out. And again, since we are coming right off the weekend, we'll get a nice stretch in before we get going. All right, I want to start with loosening up our neck. All right, I want you to look up and down. Okay, just tilting the head back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then look side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now this one I want you to try to take your ear and put it on your shoulder, side to side this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. And then neck rotations, roll your head in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now arm rotation. Swing your arms in a big circle, going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now swing them forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now twist your body side to side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I want you to try the same thing again, but this time with your hands on your hips. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now loosen up our hips a little bit. Hip rotations. Roll your hips in a big circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Very good. Feet together, legs straight. Reach down, hands on your knees. Knee rotations. Move your knees in a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice count. Now the other way now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. All right, I'm gonna put a minute on the clock. We're gonna do some jumping jacks. Go ahead and begin. Okay, feet apart, hands come up. Stay up on the ball of your foot. Your heels should be touching the ground. And after a minute of jumping jacks, we're going to do some deep squats for 30 seconds. Okay? We're not going to take a break in between, so as soon as you hear the bell, you're going to place your feet shoulder width apart and immediately start doing deep squats. Okay, legs shoulder width apart. Immediately go down to a deep squat, pop back up. Okay, I want you going past 90 degrees. You're not stopping here. Get your butt all the way down, then up. Keep going, almost there. And time. Good. Shake those legs out, shake your arms out. And stretch a little more. And then we'll get moving along. One arm across the chest. Okay, give it a stretch. Good. Switch, other arm. Good. Switch your arms back and forth. Give yourself a hug. Good. And straddle stretch, feet apart. Okay. Head down to the side, hold it. Good. Down to the other side. And then down in the middle. Okay. You can get down to your elbows. If not, just hold yourself up with your hands straight or try to get your feet apart nice and wide. Stretch those legs and those hips out. Okay. Good. Pop on up. Shake your legs out. Shake your arms out. Grab yourself a quick drink. You guys hanging in there? All right, good. Let's go ahead and get into our boxing stand. Took a lot of time going over this last week. All right, and remember, your feet shouldn't be pointing sideways. They should be diagonal, all right, 5-degree angle. And my back foot isn't directly behind, up ahead of it here. Okay, so again, drawing that imaginary line from my heel to my big toe, that line should be straight. Okay, lift up onto the balls of your feet, heels off the ground, knees bent, hips and shoulders turn in the same direction as your feet. Back hand on the chin, lead hand floats out here in front of you. Okay, now let's go over our basic 6 punches. We'll start with the jab. When I count, I just want you to jab forward, bring it back. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, on the side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, now with the cross. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now the lead hook. Okay, lead hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Okay. We're going to go with the rear uppercut next. The rear uppercut. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay, next we'll go with the lead uppercut. Okay, the lead uppercut on my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Then last, let's finish up with just the rear hook today. The rear hook. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay. Make sure every time you're practicing your punches, your combinations, or anything, you get back to your fighting stance or your boxing stance right away. Okay. You don't want to make a habit out of throwing your punch and then just dropping your hands or relaxing after you throw a combination and then just, stop it. Okay. The idea is you want to be able to get back to that stance in case you need to throw more punches, protect yourself, or move out of the way. Okay. Now, those are our basic 6. Next, I want to work on defending the jab. Okay, defending the jab. All right. So we're going to go off of our opponent being orthodox, meaning they're throwing the left hand as their jab, just like we would. All right. So first defense, we're just going to do a single cover. Okay. We're going to use our left hand to do that. All right. So again, if I'm throwing my jab at you here, all you're doing is taking your left hand, that should be this side, bringing it up, putting your palm on your forehead. You bring your shoulder up to protect the side of your jaw. The other hand is here, protecting the other side of your jaw. Okay? Now, nice and easy, single cover. We're going to pretend like we're covering from a jab right now. Okay? So it'll be quick cover, and then you're going to get right back to the stance. All right? 1, cover, come back. 2. Okay. 3, 4, okay. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, with that single cover, make sure your forearm is going right down the middle of your face. Okay, I can still see around my arm. I know if something else is coming at me, all right? But all I'm doing is blocking that center line of my face. Remember, if the opponent's trying to hit you with a jab, typically the target is your nose, your mouth, your chin, right? They're trying to dodge you right in the middle of the face. So in order to block that, all you gotta do is put that forearm right there, and that'll block it, okay? A couple of mistakes people make when they go for their covers. One, keeping their hand out too far, right? If that's a super stiff jab and they're really strong, they might hit my arm and knock my own hand back into my face. Okay, so I want to make sure my palm, all right, or my hand here is right on my forehead, literally pushing up against my forehead. So I'm bracing myself for that impact. Okay. Secondly, a lot of people, they'll cover, but they'll still keep their chin up here. Okay. So even if I get hit, okay, my neck is already halfway back. That's not good. You want to tuck that chin down. Again, brace yourself for that impact. If I tuck my chin in, my neck tightens up and I tense all these muscles around here, okay? But if I just leave my chin up and my neck is nice and relaxed, even if I get my arm in the way, I can get hit and it'll still lift me up, knock me off balance, right? So make sure there's no space between your hand and your forehead when you do that cover, and make sure you tuck that chin, okay? Now, another defense. We're going to go over 3 different ways to defend the jab here. So the cover, single cover was our first one. Our second one, we're going to go off of a catch or parry, okay? So again, we're going to go off of it being an orthodox fighter, or they're throwing their left jab at us, all right? We can either catch it, all right? I'm going to put my hand right in front of my chin like a catcher's mitt, and I'm going to stop the jab, or I can parry it to the side, okay? Either one is fine. All right, but make sure when you're in your stance, same thing, tuck that chin down, all right? I go for the catch, I bring my shoulder forward, okay? Here, right? That's just me catching the punch. I'm just stopping it in its tracks, catching the punch there, okay? With a parry, I want to make it go across. Here, I'm bumping the punch out of the way. All right, now my rule of thumb is typically not to go too far past the center line of your body. So imagine if I had a line drawn right down the middle of my head and my chest. I don't want my right hand to come too much further past this line. The further my hand goes past this line, the longer it takes to get it back to where it was. If they fake the punch, okay, so they go to fake the jab, and my hand's all the way over here, and then they throw a real jab or a hook, I'm in trouble, right? Because I'm not going to be able to get my hand back quick enough. It's just not going to happen, right? So if I'm doing the parry, it's here, right? I'm just bumping it out of the way. It doesn't take a lot of force. I don't need to come swinging at it like I have a tennis racket and I'm trying to, you know, knock the ball out of the park. I'm just tapping it to the side. That's all. Okay, a lot of people get too crazy and try to swing across at it. It's not necessary. All right, so on my count, we'll do either a catch or a parry. I'll do both on each count for you guys. Okay, 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, okay, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, again, I was doing both. You only have to do one to get the idea of it, or if you want to try both of them, you can practice both. Okay, just remember those rules. Keep the chin down. Now, when we did our cover, I know I said no space between your hand and your face. Okay, but when you do the catch, there's going to be a little bit of space between your hand and face. Now, there's a difference. All right, when I was doing the cover, my palm is facing. Okay, think about the natural way that your elbow bends. Right? If my hand is out here and I have all this space, my elbow already naturally bends this way. Okay, so if I take a hard punch on the forearm, naturally it's going to be way harder for me to keep my arm stiff and block that punch. Okay, but when we go to catch, look at where my palm is facing. It's facing out. Now, doing that tightens up my bicep, my forearm, my shoulder. Okay, the elbow doesn't bend naturally that way. Okay, not easily. Right? You have a lot more structure, a lot more I don't know, power, right? For lack of a better term right now, to stop that jab, okay? It's not going to bend back and hit you if you do it correctly, all right? So just so you understand the difference to why you can have a little space between your face here on the catch, but you don't want space when you're covering, okay? Now, third way we'll defend that jab, we're going to slip, okay? So again, we're going off of our opponent throwing the jab with their left hand. We want to slip to our right, okay? Now, I could slip to the left, but the danger I run into is if I slip to the left, okay, their jab goes this way, guess which way their cross is going to come? Bang. The way I just slipped. So you have to be very careful if you try to slip inside. Now, some great boxers are able to do that. Mike Tyson would slip inside and he'd throw uppercuts and hooks, but he was really fast and practiced doing it a lot. Okay, for him, he was a smaller heavyweight, so he really needed to get inside of his opponents to be able to land his devastating knockouts, right? General rule of thumb, we want to get away from that power side or away from the opposite hand when you're slipping, okay? When you get to a more advanced level or a pro level where you've been doing it your whole life and you've competed for a long time, then you know the danger of slipping inside. You can probably avoid it and find ways around it, right? But for our sake, we're just going to work on slipping outside, okay? So the jab, again, comes straight down the line. I'm just turning my shoulders and getting my head off the line, okay? As I do this, I bend my knees a little bit and I bring my shoulder forward, okay? Here, right? Here, okay? Now, I typically like having both of my gloves up by my chin when I slip, right? But some boxers you'll see when they slip, they'll drop that side, okay? That just helps them roll their shoulder a little more so they can hide it. I'm okay if you guys want to do that one. Just make sure it doesn't go any further down than your belly button, okay? As you drop that hand, it should stop here, and then you should bring it right back up almost immediately, okay? Don't drop that hand and just leave it there. Pull it back up fast as you recover back to your stance, okay? All right, let's get a couple reps of this slip in. All right, when I count, slip to your right. 1, slip, pull it back. 2, okay? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. So there's 3 different ways you can defend the jab. Blocking it with a single cover. You can catch, parry, or slip. All right. Now we're going to take those 3 defenses, bring them back here in a second. But first of all, I just want to work on doubling up the rear hand. Again, last week we doubled up the lead hand a lot. This week I want to double up on the power side. Okay. First one I want you to practice when I count. Throw 2 crosses straight down the line and then pull them back each time, okay? Make sure you're bringing that shoulder back on that first cross before you throw the second one, okay? Don't just stop halfway. See how my shoulder didn't really move? That means I'm not going to have really any power on my second cross, okay? I want both punches to be hard, okay? So when I count, 2 crosses, okay? Ready? 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Now, another option to double up on that rear side, we'll stick with our basic 6 that we covered in the beginning. Instead of going cross, we're going to go cross, uppercut, okay? Cross, uppercut. Now, same thing, make sure after you throw that first punch, that cross, bring that shoulder all the way back, then dip your body down and lift up into the uppercut, okay? We want to make sure we got power on both of these punches, all right? Now, to my count, throw your cross, then the rear uppercut. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, good. Now, last one will work, and then we'll move on. This is going to be a cross rear hook. Okay, again, I'm throwing it from my right side now. This is my natural orthodox stance. All right, if you're southpaw, both of these punches would be with your left hand. Okay, that would mean my left hand was behind me. Right, but orthodox fighters, our right hand is our power hand. We got to keep this one back, and we're going to throw both with the right hand. Okay, now on my count, cross, rear hook. 1, cross, rear hook. Then you get back to your stance each time. 2, 3. Notice I'm bringing that lead hand back. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Okay. So those are a couple of options. Obviously, there's some more. You could always change those hooks down to the body, any of those crosses down to the body. You could also add in the overhand punch. Okay. For Muay Thai, we could add in our elbows, stuff like that. So there's a lot of different options, but those are just 3 of them for you guys to work on. Okay. Now, last thing before we get out of here, I want to work on a couple combinations. I want to take our jab defense and put it together with doubling up on our back hand. Okay. Now, all of these combinations are going to start with a jab, immediately followed by defending a jab, then followed by a cross, and then a second punch from that rear hand. Okay. First one we're going to do, we're going to start by throwing our jab. We're going to bring that hand back immediately for the single cover, and then we're going to follow it with a cross, rear uppercut. Okay. One more time from the side here. Jab, cover, cross, uppercut. Okay. Now, I'll set the clock here for 1 minute. Grab yourself a quick drink. We're going to do 3 different rounds. Okay. After the 3 rounds, then we'll finish up our practice for the day. Okay. So first minute, we're going to jab, cover, cross, uppercut. Okay. 1 minute on the clock. Okay, go ahead and begin. All right. If you got a little bit of room, you can work on your footwork. You can move around. Okay. Cover. And move around a little bit. Make sure you stay up on the balls of your feet. Keep those knees bent. Okay, notice I'm loose. I'm moving my head a little bit, keeping my hands up. I throw my jab with that lead hand. Then immediately that lead hand comes up for that single cover. Okay, again, they're throwing a jab back at me, so I'm stopping it. Then I'm following right away with my right hand. Full time. Okay. Okay, that's the first combo. Second one, we're going to start again with that lead hand. We're going to pop the jab out there. But as soon as we're done the jab, we're going to either catch or parry with the rear hand. Okay, after we catch or parry with the rear hand, we're then going to follow it with the cross. Then we're going to follow again with the rear hook. Okay, so again, we're doubling up on the rear hand. Okay. Our defense has changed this time, though. Instead of the cover, catch, or parry, okay? Go ahead and begin. Good stance. You can move around a little bit, move around. Jab, catch, cross, hook. Okay? Or jab, parry, cross, hook. Okay? You can do either one. nicely done. Okay. Last combination before we're done for the day. We're going to add that slip in place of the catch and or carry. And then for our last punch, instead of making it that rear hook, we're going to have a little fun. We're going to switch it to the overhand punch. Okay, so your whole combination will be jab, slip to your right, cross, overhand. Okay? All right, let's get it in. Last combination. Jab, slip, cross, overhand. Okay? This side, jab, slip, cross, overhand. Okay? Make sure you get back to that stance every time. You got room. Make sure you're working on some footwork as you drill the combination. Time. Nicely done. Very good. Get yourself a drink of water. If you have any questions, please ask me now. I can answer those for you before we end the stream. And then we'll be back here shortly with our fitness workout. So don't go too far. Okay. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. We'll have a good conditioning for you guys. We'll make sure that you guys get a good sweat in. It's Monday, so we'll probably work a lot of arms and chests. So we'll try to strengthen our bodies up top today. Don't forget too, at 4 o'clock, we'll have our Twitch stream at 4:30. There will be a live Zumba stream on Facebook Live hosted by my mom. And also technique of the week last week. Good job to the ones who sent it in and practiced it. I'll have a new one for you guys today. And the winner of that one was Evelyn Hayter. She, I think, did the combination the best. So when she gets back, she wins a free pair of hand wraps for her to claim as soon as we can open back up. So Evelyn's intermediate champs boxing student. And she did the switch step and tie forward count phenomenally. A couple little things she can work on, but you know, we all can work on some stuff, right? So keep training, keep practicing, and we'll see you guys back here in about 10 minutes for the fitness video, or I'll see you guys today later on at the Twitch stream, or tomorrow back here for the 11:30 lesson. Thank you guys. Have a good one.